Welcome back to the South Alabama Jaguars Dynasty. Today, Coach Atari Mason and the Jags will be taking on Tulane, Auburn, and Coastal Carolina in a 3-game header that will not see us leave the state of Alabama. Our second game against Auburn, of course, going to be at Auburn in Auburn, Alabama. And the Tigers definitely will look to tune up on us before moving on to SEC play. Of course, for the other 2 games, we'll be staying in the beautiful little town of Mobile as we face some tough teams and start off our Sun Belt play. Looking at this Auburn roster, it is pretty dangerous. I definitely don't expect us to win, but I'm going to try my hardest and we'll see what happens. By the way, if you are enjoying this series, please go ahead and leave a like. Also, make sure to comment some things that you want to see done better or you want to see done differently. Definitely looking for feedback as I try to continue growing the channel. But let's go ahead and jump into this game. Devin Voisin, week 1, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, looking to build on that performance against the Green Wave. Handoff here on 1st and 10, and it's Control Bullock up the middle of the field for about 14 yards, as Bullock will get the lion's share of our touches this year, and it's easy to see why. He's the best player on the field when he's out there. 4-yard throw out to Voisin. Now throwing this one out, caught! Voisin, 1st and 10 at the 50. 1st and 10 at the 50, handoff, Bullock inside the 50 now, down to about the 35-yard line, 32 as a matter of fact, up to 33 yards on just 2 runs so far. 1st and 10, Pyron hit from behind, the blind side sack there, 4-yard loss. Now it's 2nd down and 14 at the 36, hit as he throws this one up, and Voisin comes down with it. Absolutely mosses his defender there. And it'll be 3rd and goal now inside the 10. Pyron taking off. He's got some wheels. Gets a block. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Pyron. And the Jaguars take the first lead here against Tulane. So South Alabama strikes first. But this Tulane team has been potent in recent years. They've done some really good things. Even beat USC in, I believe, a January bowl game. And now we'll see what they can do here against us, as this is going to be a big time throw, probably about 10 yards there. The chains do officially move down at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 now, screen pass out on the bubble, and in coverage, that'll be Wesley Miller making the tackle. Now 3rd and 1. Can we force the stop? Thrown out, no, and actually nobody nearby on this bubble screen again, as the Tulane Green Wave will pick up a big 1st down. Now airing this one deep. He's got a man. 2 on him though. Wesley Miller and Damian Darby. It's a tough name to say still here in episode 2, as that's 3rd and 5. Now 4th and 5 as the incompletion is forced. So a field goal for the Green Wave. Now back on offense. This is a swing out to Bullock, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain for him. Now 3rd down and 1. Handoff. Bullock up the middle, and he's got the 1st down. 1st and 10 now. At the 36, it's another screen pass. This time Malone coming in for relief. And that'll be 3rd and 3. Pyron dropping back, steps up and throws this one. And Trent Thomas catches that one, but he will be short of a 1st down. We will go ahead and hand it off to Bullock though on 4th and 2, and he gets the 1st down as Daniel Foster Allen's shaken up on the play. Bullock now up the middle again. Big run here for him. That's going to be 8 yards. Now 3rd and 2 at midfield. One last play in this 1st quarter, and Bullock's got the 1st down across the 35-yard line now, and he's up to 55 yards in just the 1st frame. So now 2nd quarter and 3rd and 10. That'll be 1st and 10. Really nice catch there for Brendan Jenkins. Pyron looking really calm and composed so far, making some great plays as he throws this one to Voisin, who shrugs off 2 tacklers. Devin Voisin down to the 5-yard line. He's already over 50 yards on the day as well. It looks like the 2-man show once again. Bullock cutting this inside down to the 1. 4-yard gain. Now 3rd and goal to 3. Pyron rolling out. And maybe had Voisin breaking open there, but elects instead play it safe and take the 3 points. So Tulane back on offense. Big time blocks here. And he sprung free. 25 down to the 24-yard line. And Tulane is moving the ball. Now finding the wide open man. Corner route into the end zone, just behind the zone. And we were in Tampa 2 there, and they just happened to find the hole in the zone. Now Bullock back on offense. It's going to be a big run here for about 11 yards. 1st and 10 at the 34. 2nd and 10 now. Pyron dropping back. Throws this one, caught Trent Thomas, shrugs off his tackler, and Thomas, very undersold 3rd best player on this offense so far. It's been Bullock, Voisin, and then Thomas, I would say. This time airmailing this one, intended for Devin Voisin. Pyron giving chase now, and he will make the tackle that saves the touchdown. But I had Voisin open and just put too much air under that ball. So Tulane takes over, and there is the beads turnover chain, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Some Mardi Gras thing, I think, being out of New Orleans. Tulane getting another 1st and 10 now at the 23. Handoff, nobody in front of him. Great blocking on the outside, even the wide receiver getting some good blocking in. And that is a score for the Green Wave. And now South Alabama finds themselves down 7. Tulane actually getting the ball back now with 40 seconds left in this half, and they're going to put themselves in field goal range. Jaguars might go down 2 scores at halftime here. And remember, Tulane gets the ball first in the 2nd half. Now throwing this one deep, and again, the zone way too soft. The post route breaks open, and South Alabama will take a 2-score deficit into halftime. Jaguars looked really good to start this game, but then a complete falling apart there in the 2nd quarter as Tulane takes advantage. You can see really it's not that crazy much different here in the yardage. Bullock definitely carrying this South Alabama offense, but Tulane just having bigger plays. Run up the middle to start the 3rd quarter here, and that'll be a big 9-yard run for Bullock. 1st and 10, Pyron dropping back, throwing this one out, and that's intercepted. Left intended for Devin Voisin. Yet another interception here for Zach Pyron as South Alabama turns it over once again. I don't need to see the Mardi Gras beads this time. Now Cole Pyron throwing another interception, and things are just going from bad to worse. That one intended for Michael Woods. Pyron now at least will settle things down, finding Bullock open on the angle route as we are now down 21 in the hole to the Green Wave. Definitely got to go ahead and score here soon to keep this game alive. 2nd and 7, Zach Pyron dropping back, throwing this one again. Trent Thomas over the middle of the field down to the 37. Now 1st and 10, play action. Pyron calm under pressure, finding Voisin on the outside, and that'll be a 9-yard gain down inside the 30-yard line. Now throwing this one RPO, little curl route there to Jenkins, and Brennan Jenkins picks up the 1st down. 2nd and 10, Anthony Eager in motion. It's going to be a throw to Eager, and that'll be a 6-yard gain as Devin Voisin actually shaken up on the play, holding his arm there. Not sure exactly what happened to him. 4th and 4 now, Jaguars going for it. And Bullock open. We split Bullock out wide. Nobody was on him with the zone coverage, and he will score through the air. So 2-score deficit once again, but Tulane showing no signs of slowing down. Barnes with another big run. Now the handoff to him down to the 48-yard line. Wesley Miller with the tackle. 3rd and 6, and throwing this one over the left side of the field on the fade. Wide open, honestly, but missing the throw. Bullock now getting the handoff, and Bullock down to the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10, Jaguars need to score again this possession. This one thrown underneath, and Jenkins slides down with it. He will make sure to get the 1st down, and now we go into the 4th frame here with a chance to tie things up potentially. Bullock on the outside, 9-yard gain, 2 defenders on him. 4th and 1 now. We're going for it. Pretty much have every single time. And why not when you have a running back like Bullock down to the 37-yard line? The types of plays he can make. I mean, we just have to find him. Pyron throwing this one out. Intercepted. And Zach Pyron ends a promising drive, trying to do too much there on the comeback. So it'll be 1st and 10. After another Tulane score, back in a 3-score hole here for the Jaguars. Throwing this one out to Woodyard. Down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, Pyron. The blitz is picked up. Pyron steps back, throws this one out, and he can't find his man. Micah Woods was open on the crossing pattern. Now handing off to Bullock on the outside, and Bullock will pick up 6 yards down to the 42. Still trying to fight here, but I'm thinking this one's looking done unless we can score within the next minute maybe. And even then it's going to take some fortune and luck. Handoff here to Bullock. And the problem with the South Alabama Jaguars is you still have to run your best player. You can't just forget about Bullock's existence because you need points in a hurry. This throw now finds Woodyard, and he actually is able to get in the radius of it. Now 1st and 10 at the 30. Definitely taking too much time on this possession. Bullock down 7 yards to the 23. Jaguars trying to, at this point, just put some points on the board. And this throw to Trent Thomas on the drag route will get him down to the 8-yard line. Inside of 3 minutes now. 3rd and goal, Zach Pyron. Throwing this one intercepted again. And that's 5 interceptions now on the day for Zach. I'm not sure if I'm even correct in that. It could be 6. And that is your final as the Tulane Green Wave win 38-24 over the Jaguars. And our first game in Alabama ends in defeat. I actually thought the team looked pretty solid today. Definitely was getting a lot going on the ground, and through the air even we were able to make some plays. It really was just the 5 turnovers that did the Jaguars in. Defensively, I thought the team was pretty weak, but again, when you turn the ball over 5 times, there's really not much you can do about it. And now we really don't see things getting any easier, as here comes the War Eagle. Auburn will defend their home against a very shaky looking South Alabama team. Really cool to see Auburn scheduling South Alabama. I get it's a tune-up game. They get to pay us to come here, and we definitely take that money. But really nice to see in-state teams getting some love. Could have been like Arkansas State or Southern Mississippi, but no, it's the South Alabama Jaguars. Really good for you, Auburn. And we will take this opportunity to see if we can take them down. Now, house rule for the series, I will not ever have an Alabama team come to our stadium until a combination of things has happened. One of those being we beat them. Sorry, I'm reading, you're the better team, control the pace and make them adjust. Yeah, I don't think we're the better team. But we have to beat them as Bullock takes this run, 20, 40, and now down to the 47-yard line. Big 27-yard run to start the game off for Kentrell Bullock. We have to beat them, and we have to be ranked for at least 2 years in a row, I think, for it to be fair, as Voisin cannot hang on to the curl 10 yards out. It's now 3rd down and 9. Pyron hit as he throws. This one goes into the dirt, and that'll be a punt to the Auburn Tigers. And out comes Darrell Robinson. Now, the Tigers definitely a much better team than us. Jackson Arnold, very good quarterback, and he's going to find his target here on 1st down. And Singleton will run this for 6. First play of the game for the Auburn offense. South Alabama already looking for answers here, and the crowd is getting raucous in Auburn. Angle route here to Kentrell Bullock, and Kentrell Bullock would be starting on a Power 5 team right now. I don't like the transfer portal as we go 3 and out here. But I do think it helps players like him have a chance to go compete for a national title, and I think he could make a serious case on a team if he was on one. Jackson Arnold with a 10-yard throw. He's already almost at 100 yards in just 2 minutes of gameplay. Now throwing this out. That'll get him across the century mark. Now 105 on the game. 3rd and 3. Arnold not having a lot of time here, or I guess rather has a lot of time, but time runs out. That is a 2-yard sack, and we do force a punt out of the Tigers. Really good coverage downfield. 3rd and 7 now back on offense. Pyron hit as he throws, finds Voisin across the sticks. That's 1st and 10 now at the 29-yard line. 2nd and 10. Pyron rushed really heavily here, finds Bullock, and he is brought down far behind the line of scrimmage. It's now 3rd and 14. Pyron rolling out. Throwing this one. Caught! Devin Voisin, 1st down at the 40, and he's up to 24 yards now on 2 catches. So still focusing our 2 premier players, and they are rewarding us with some yards. 3rd and 8 now. And Pyron had the corner route for 6 if he threw it. Didn't see it in time. The X wide open. Now throwing this one. Open! Kentrell Bullock, but it was an overthrow. And we have to punt away. 3rd and 4. Jackson Arnold has a man one-on-one, and he's winning the route. Singleton scores his 2nd touchdown, and that's got to put him at around 150 yards in just the 1st quarter. Auburn dominating on 2 plays. Back on offense, 2nd down and 7, and it's a throw out to Malone. He'll pick up about 5 yards. Now 3rd and 3. Pyron handoff. Celestine not going to get it. It'll be 4th and 2. Jaguars stay on the field. Throwing this one out, and that is broken up by an ass cheek there. Voisin didn't even have a chance to get to that. Back on offense once again now after a field goal for Auburn. It's 17-0, and Bullock is still running all over this Tigers defense, showing things like Ashton Jaunty last season. Just shades of, I can win at the Power 5 level, and on 3rd and 10, that's going to be a punt once again. Another field goal. Back on offense. You're going to see a lot of simming this game on defense because it just wasn't even worth playing. 3rd and 5, Pyron, wide open, Devin Voisin, down to the 48-yard line. And if we can just score once or twice this game, I think it'll be a win. Throwing this one out, caught, Devin Voisin down to the 47. So 3rd and 5. Pyron dropping back. And he finds Trent Thomas. Trent Thomas continues to be such an undervalued player on this team. Really nice play from him. Now Pyron getting a great cut block from Control Bullock. 5-yard pass out, and Daniel Foster Allen again shaken up in this episode. Now 3rd and 5. Pyron dropping back, going to find Devin Voisin once again. It's hard not to force feed Voisin when he keeps getting open. He's just such a clean route runner, even without that speed. Now finding him on the corner route, and he gets hit as he catches that one, so it gets jarred out. 3rd and 9. Pyron finds Voisin again, but it's jarred loose once again. Field goal unit comes out, and Davis Little pulls this one wide left. Been pretty reliable so far this season, but in this crowd and in this environment, it's hard not to blame him. Last play of the first half, and somehow going down with more than 0 seconds on the clock. Auburn will get one more field goal to make it 23-0 going into halftime. Jaguars would need some sort of miracle. Maybe the Monstar's strength, I don't know. But Eric Singleton with 157 yards on 2 targets, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. I would say he's been a pretty big play threat, but we've only seen him do it twice. Bullock on the handoff to start off this second half. It's a 4-yard gain as the Jaguars are 30-0 in the hole now. Pyron going to find Devin Voisin on the curl. That'll be about a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10 handoff. Bullock up the middle and fighting hard. 7-yard run as he is nearing 100 yards in the game. 3rd and 5. Pyron wide open once again. Devin Voisin is even cooking this Tigers secondary. He looks just calm and collected. 3rd and 8 now. Play action. Throwing this one deep curl for Jenkins, and he hangs on despite the hit. Inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Jaguars looking to put some points on the board. Pyron throwing this one. Jarred loose for Voisin in the end zone. And Kenton Jerido is shaken up. We will go for it. 4th and goal. Pyron throwing this one out. Broken up for Devin Voisin. Wasn't close to the goal line either. And now the Jaguars back on offense again. Like I said, we're going to be doing some simulating here as Auburn did not score on that drive. Now 3rd and 10 at midfield. Zach Pyron lofts this one up and misses everybody in the world as Daniel Foster Allen shaken up for the 3rd time again. Bullock with a really nice block, and that'll be an 8-yard gain on the screen pass. 3rd and 2. Now throwing it underneath Trent Thomas. Thomas with a 15-yard gain and then some. Across midfield down to the 46 of the Tigers. Now the handoff to Bullock, and it's going to be an 8-yard run. He's up to 84 yards rushing on the game. 3rd and 2. Pyron over the middle. Voisin's got the 1st down, 3 yards. Now 1st and 10 inside, 2 minutes left in this game. Bullock up the middle. He picks up 10. That'll be inches short, they say. 1:30 left in this game. Handoff Bullock. He's got some more. Cuts inside and shrugs off a tackler. We're seeing NFL caliber running here from Cottrell. And should I start that Giant series, you can expect him to be in the draft class. 9-yard gain now down to the 5-yard line. 3rd and 1. Handoff Bullock. Fighting over tacklers down to the 1. He continues to try his hardest. 1st and goal. Handoff Bullock into the end zone for 6. And we have put points on the board. I'd say it's a win for the Jaguars as we get paid. We come in here to Auburn, Alabama. I guess we really stayed in Alabama. Come in here to Auburn. And we hang 7 on them. 40-7 your final score as the Jaguars look to hang their head high off that final drive and use that momentum as they head into Sun Belt play, starting with Coastal Carolina. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats for this game, as I thought offensively we weren't actually that bad. Didn't turn over the ball very much either, so I think you have to take a look at what this team was able to accomplish, despite the fact that they looked terrible in the previous game. Now, offensive passing the ball, it was tough. The pass rush was really heavy. Receivers weren't getting open outside of Voisin, and even he was a lot more contested than usual. But I thought Pyron was making some decent throws despite the pressure, and the defense tried what they could. Now we take on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers here in Mobile, as we will see if we can start Sun Belt play off with a win. Now, Coastal Carolina has been one of the better teams in the Sun Belt, but of course that was back during the Grayson McCall days, so I'm not sure if they'll be as good this year. I can't remember what their projection was. I believe going into this game they were a 69 overall to the Jaguars, now 66 overall. And we'll start the game off with a 2-yard run for Cantrell. It's now 3rd down and 6. Pyron dropping back. We'll find Cantrell Bullock across the 30, now down to the 38. He has been very invaluable in the passing game, actually. Was not expecting that. Pyron going to take off and run with this one. That'll be a 9-yard gain. Zach Pyron making plays with his feet, making good throws through the air. When he doesn't turn the ball over, like in the Tulane game, he's a very phenomenal quarterback. Another big run for Cantrell sets up 2nd and 10 at the 35. Throwing this one underneath, actually, to Rod Gibbs, the backup tight end. Now 3rd and 2. Voisin in motion, and it's a pitch out to him, or I guess rather a touch pass, as Voisin will gain about 19 yards on that one, down to the 11. Handoff Cantrell Bullock wide open in front of him, runs it into the end zone despite the contact. And the Jaguars strike first in this game. Now don't be fooled, we struck first in the Tulane game as well. Out comes Coastal Carolina, 1-2 on the season, same as us. And Jamison Tucker is their star wide receiver out of South Carolina. Local guy. It's going to be a handoff here on 1st down. Nice running down to the 36, as I really think our running defense has been our most embarrassing, actually. Throw over the middle. I guess I really can't say too much about our passing defense either. Both have been atrocious. 2nd and 10 now. Throwing this one on the move. 1v1. Broken up. Nice defense, and Javon Henderson with the play there, as this one's underneath. It'll be about a 9-yard gain. 4th and 1 at the 44. They stay in. It's play action. Over the middle of the field, cut across midfield. Tight end down to 30. And Barber looking good so far. Throwing this one out again to his tight end. 9-yard gain down to the 21. 2nd down and 1 now. Stepping up and trying to take off with this one. He will be sacked. Darius McKenzie with the play. And Barber now 3rd and 5. He actually, I think, comes out for this play. As backup comes in, does not matter. Finds the star Tucker there on a 20-yard gain at the 5. Now handoff into the end zone. The Chanticleers score and answer things right up, as the South Alabama defense continues to be atrocious. I think the UTEP defense was way better, and the ratings were roughly the same. Devin Voisin on the outside is going to gain 10 yards here, down to the 35. Now 2nd down and 8. Pyron, a lot of time in the pocket, but it runs out as he rolls out of it. Should have actually stayed in the pocket there and trusted his line. Now 3rd and 20. He's drifting again, throwing this one up 1-on-1. Voisin catches it, and they say he was out of bounds. So we actually simmed a defensive possession there, and the Chanticleers scored 6 again, so now down 14-7. 1st and 10 at the 38. Pyron sacked. And just never picked up on the linebacker blitz. Be 2nd down and 18. Pyron throwing this one. Voisin wide open on the mesh route. Picks up a big time 1st down, and now we're at midfield. RPO, handoff, Bullock. He'll pick up 7 yards on that, make it 3rd down and 3. He's up to 59 yards rushing on the day. 3rd and 3, Pyron waiting for him to break open. It's guess who? Devin Voisin. With how long our line has been giving us, you can afford to take some of these shots in the zone that wouldn't have been there without a 10-second wait. And now Bullock breaks a tackle down to the 16. The ankle breakers have been legit on him. The power running's legit on him. He's just such a good player. 1st and 15. Pyron throwing this one underneath. Rod Gibbs. Wide open down to the 5. And South Alabama has a chance to tie this thing up again. Handoff Bullock. Breaking off tackles and fighting his way down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. Handoff. Celestine comes in to spell him, and Celestine is in. Jaguars score to even this game up. 1st and 10 now again. Barber back in the game. This handoff's going nowhere. That's a 1-yard loss. Nice play for Emmanuel Waller. Now throwing this one on the angle route for the tight end. That'll be a 1st down and 10. 1st and 10 handoff. Bouncing this one out wide and brought down for yet another loss. Emmanuel Waller. 3rd and 11 now. Barber dropping back. Has a lot of time in the pocket. Still a lot of time. Airing this out one-on-one. And he comes down with it. Javon Henderson cannot make the jump ball defense there. And now 1st and 10. Broken up. Dangerous throw. Should have been intercepted. Henderson again in coverage. 3rd and 5 at the 17. Too much time. Barber airmails this over the head of his target. And the Chanticleers take a field goal. Offense once again. Control block. Getting some blocks on the outside. I wish he had the speed to break that one for 6. But a good play nonetheless. 1st and 10. Throwing this one underneath Devin Voisin. And he fights his way down to the 38. 6-yard gain. Definitely dinking and dunking them so far as Bullock takes the 1st down on the 4th down conversion. We have been very risky, and for the most part, I'd say it's paid off. Now finding Bullock on the curl, as Jordan Davis will actually be shaken up on the play. Pyron dropping back, throwing this one out, and cannot come down with it. Devin Voisin on the corner. Be 4th and inches, and we'll go for it. Some adjustments being made here. Pyron. Looks like it's a stick route. Throws this one-on-one. And he has Micah Woods on the outside. Touchdown. Micah Woods had no defender on him. They loaded the box to stop Bullock. And Zach Pyron audibled out of it. I didn't even realize no defender was on Micah Woods there. So he just had him run a go. Barber now in the 2-minute offense. 1st and 10. Stepping up in the pocket. Throwing this one out. Caught. And that'll be down to the 50-yard line. Chanticleers looking to go ahead and take the lead once again if they can before half. Now Barber airing this one out. He has nobody on him. Bad zone defense, looking like the Cowboys against the Giants out there as Tucker catches the touchdown. Wesley Miller nowhere to be found. Donovan Wilson, are you him? 9-yard gain on that catch now. It's 24 seconds left in the half. Throwing this one out. Devin Voisin wide open. We're trying to attack the holes in the soft zone to just get a field goal if we can. Now Control Bullock will catch it and will fight his way out of bounds. Stops the clock. And with 11 seconds left, the Jaguars will take the 50-yard field goal. And they will tie this game up going in a half. I thought the offense was superb. The defense was putrid. And we'll need the defense to step it up in a big way in the second half if we want to win this game. Because I know me, and I cannot sustain this on offense. I need the defense to step up. Looking offensively here, 200 yards to 240 yards. Pretty similar completion percentages. I think Zach Pyron has looked legit this game. And he's going to throw this one for 10 yards. Now 2nd and inches. Handoff Bullock. A lot of room in front of him. Actually gets stumbled up on his own player there. That's Kenton Jarrito as Jordan Davis is shaken up on the play once again. Pyron dropping back. Wide open. It's Devin Voisin. A lot of green in front of him. He's down to the 30. The 35, the 20. All the way down to the 21-yard line. Devin Voisin, not the most dynamic after the catch, but a nice spin move to keep the play going, and 1,000 yards passing already for Zach Pyron. Let's get some more. Control Bullock, screen pass down to the 6. 1st and goal. This Jaguars offense is looking potent as Kentrell Bullock runs it in for 6. And the Jaguars will take the lead once again. On offense now. And Barber hands this one off. That'll be a 9-yard gain down to the 28. 1st and 10 at the 37. Throwing this one out. Screen pass will pick up 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3. 2nd and 3. Handoff. Keeper. No. Actually a read as Barber, look at the shiftiness. Really good designed run there, and I thought he actually did a great job with the ball skills. Now throwing this one out, intercepted! Mike Harris in the flats, couldn't even see him on the camera. And Mike Harris will take this back for our first pick six. First in my college football playthroughs, as a matter of fact. I barely even get interceptions, let alone 6. Mike Harris, great defense in the flats there. And now a 2-score lead for the Jaguars. What a luxury. Not sure how often we'll see this season. 38-24. Barber throwing this one. Misses his target. And almost threw an interception to Wesley Miller. 3rd and 10. Dropping back. Barber, a lot of time, but he's going to just throw this one away as time was running out and nobody was open. 1st and 10. Now handoff. Bullock up the middle. Big run of 13 as he's over 100 on the day at 114. Now a throw out to Devin Voisin. He's over 100 as well. Jordan Davis again hurt on the play. What is going on? Handoff Bullock. A lot of room in front of him. Down to the 39-yard line. 124 on the game. Pyron dropping back. Throwing this one underneath, and that's Woods this time. Woods blocking in front of him, and he's sprung free for 6. Touchdown. Jaguars score off a Micah Woods catch and run, and it's a 3-score lead. Barber now throwing the corner out, soft zone. We are playing a bit off now. Just want to avoid the big plays. Actually, we'll bring them back into the box now, the safeties, that is. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now 3rd and 9, last play of the quarter. Throwing this one out one-on-one. Almost intercepted Wesley Miller. And we go into the 4th quarter with a 3-score lead, and I think now soon we can start playing the safeties back a little bit. Here's a big gain over the top. That's what happens when you play them in the box. Going to maintain them in the box for the rest of this drive, however. This run bounced out to the 10, down to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal. Now 3rd and goal. Handoff, and shrugging off a Wesley Miller arm tackle. That is a touchdown for Simmons, and the Chanticleers take, I guess they make it a 2-score deficit rather. On offense once again, Zach Pyron will be sacked. 6-yard loss, it's 3rd and 14 now. Pyron going to run left into the pocket, throws this one out. Has it for Devin Voisin, he got his feet in bounds. No challenge on the play. Bullock gets the handoff from Pyron down to the 37. Now 3rd down and 9. Inside 6 minutes. Pyron steps up, takes off, and runs with this one. He's got a block in front of him, and he picks up the 1st down. Definitely has the wheels to get it done. Now 1st and 10 at the 43. Handoff. Bullock jukes inside. Bullock with a big run of 14. Down to the 44-yard line. He's almost up at a $150. 3rd and 7. Pyron throwing this one. Caught Devin Voisin. Voisin's over a $150 himself. Now a touch pass to Voisin. That'll be about a 5-yard gain. Down to the 25. Inside 3 minutes, and we're just eating the clock on this drive. Breaking off 1 tackle, breaking off 2 tackles, breaking off 3. Kentrell Bullock is a man amongst boys out on this football field. Why not hand it to him again? Bullock down to the 5. Inside the 3. 1st and goal. And 2nd and goal, handoff. Bullock untouched into the end zone. Reward the man. 170 plus yards in this game. Voisin 150 plus. And that is the end of your game as your Alabama or South Alabama Jaguars win 52-31. 50 points. We hung 50 on them. 174 on 30 rushes and 3 touchdowns for Kentrell Bullock. I am starting to worry about his season wear and tear. It definitely could be a problem. Career, I'm not so worried about. He's a senior, so he's gonna be gone after this season anyway. Oh no. Of course, I might have him have some wear and tear when he makes the NFL. Something to think about. Overall, Jaguars looked phenomenal on offense today. Big plays, little plays, it did not matter. 79% completion percentage for Pyron, who threw 350 yards. 170 on the ground for Bullock with 3 touchdowns. 67 through the air for him. And then Voisin, 158 yards. No touchdowns, however, as the Jaguars offense was electric and the defense wasn't bad. Waller with the 2 big TFLs. A half sack for Harris and McKenzie, and then Carter with a full sack, and Mike Harris with the interception, actually winning Player of the Week nationally for his pick six, and National Player of the Week Kentrell Bullock. That means we had 2 Players of the Week nationally. I've never seen that, especially at South Alabama. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Again, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you staying to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.